This little video is a tutorial for how to find the value conflicts within value issues. So first of all, I have a value issue. The one I'm going to use as an example is, should the death penalty be abolished in the US? So this is my value issue. To find the value conflicts, it's a little different than listing the conclusion and the reasons. That's a separate issue. First, when you're finding the value conflicts, you're simply thinking about what are the strongest values that are held on each side. So the first thing you want to do is think about both sides. So let's think about the yes side. Those that say, yes, we should abolish the death penalty. What is it that they must value the most in, thinking that we should abolish this? We should not put people to death no matter what crime they committed. So if you think about it, they're probably thinking in terms of life as being the strongest value that they hold. So life would be the driving value for being on this side. Now, we think about the no side. Okay, people who say we shouldn't abolish this. The death penalty is fine. It's, a good way to punish people for heinous crimes, and we need to have this particular kind of punishment in our society. People who say no, we should have the death penalty. What is it that they must value the most? And if you think about it, they're probably valuing a notion of justice or fairness, something that says, gosh, somebody committed a crime, they were punished appropriately, that's just, that's fair. The victims' families now have justice. So these are the values that would be driving that particular side. So the value conflict in this issue is life versus justice. So this is your answer. This is how you find the value conflict. Now, when you're trying to determine what the main values are for each side, it doesn't mean that the other side doesn't also have those values. People who say, yes, we should abolish it, they probably want justice as well. But if they're on this side of the argument, that means this value is the stronger value for them. It's the one they've given priority. And same with people on the justice side. I'm sure they value life as well. But, when asked what side are you on, your decision is basically you making one value stronger than the other. So if you are on the no side, you have made justice stronger than life. And we've done that in society as well. So you do that personally, but in society, we have also decided one value is stronger than the other. And the fact that the death penalty is still legal in most states tells you that society has given justice the value priority. And so in your textbook, they refer to it as value prioritization. It's the same thing. The value priority is the value that society has decided is the one that they're going to base the rule or the policy on. So we're going to do a couple more practices here. Okay, so I'm going to hit on a really, really touchy value issue, and that's the value issue of abortion. Abortion is probably one of the strongest value issues that we have in our society, and it's also considered an unresolved value issue because people have such strong feelings about it on each side that it will never fully be a resolved argument. It will be ongoing, in other words. Now, in our society, we have decided that abortion is legal based on Roe versus Wade, and so currently women do have that choice. However, it is constantly being discussed as to whether or not we should overturn that ruling. And if we were to overturn that ruling, then it would make abortion illegal. So that argument is still going on and probably will go on forever. But as of right now, abortion is legal. However, as I said, they're still arguing as to whether or not that should change. So when you think about that argument and you think about both sides, okay, they're still deciding whether or not this is a good thing or a bad thing for our society. What are the values that each side holds? This is how you'll find the value conflict. So think about those on the yes side, that we should overturn Roe versus Wade. Those who believe that abortion should become illegal, what do you think is their main value that drives them? And I would have to say that, again, similar to the death penalty, their main value is life. Now, same on the no side. Those who say, no, we need to keep this in our society as a choice for women. I kind of gave it away. What do you think is their main value? And again, their main value would be choice, or maybe personal freedom. So in this case, if I were to ask you what is the value conflict in this value issue, this is your answer. Life versus choice. And now, as I said, because abortion is currently legal, what value did our society give priority to? And again, at this time, our society is giving the value of choice and freedom priority. So this would be your value priority. Let's do one more, just to be sure. Okay, I've chosen a much lighter issue than the last two. This one is not as serious, but it is still a value issue. So, should you tell the professor the students in the back of the classroom were cheating on the last test? So this is an ethical decision, an ethical dilemma. So you're thinking, gosh, do I tell or not? Now, those who say yes, you should absolutely tell. What do you believe is the main value that would be driving that? So think for a minute and then see if you're with me. What would drive that notion of, you need to tell? This professor needs to know this. I would say that you're looking for a notion of fairness or equality, an idea that I studied really hard for this test, and it's very unfair that students are cheating in the back and getting an easy ride. That's not fair, and I value fairness. I value everybody getting the same chance. Now, those on the no side that say, we shouldn't tell. It's none of our business to tell. What do you think their value is that is guiding them? Go ahead and think. See if you're with me. I would probably answer that it's a notion of peer loyalty, maybe. This idea of being loyal to your peers, or it's a notion of valuing one's personal choice that, hey, whatever they do is none of my business. That's their choice. It's their education. So either of those values could be the values that are driving those to say, no, I'm staying out of it. That's not my place. So in this value conflict is fairness and equality versus pure loyalty or personal choice. And that would be the answer. Just like that. So in the next activity, I have a list of about 15 value issues, and your job will be to choose 7 of them. You get the choice, and you're going to create the value conflicts for each issue. That means you're going to do exactly what I've done in the last 3 examples, and you're going to basically write the values that the yes side holds and that the no side holds. And you can write it just like this. You don't need a paragraph, you don't need to explain. You just need to have the ability to determine what the values are on each side of the issue. It's an important part of critical thinking, and it's going to help continue to push your critical thinking forward as we go on. So enjoy, and if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'd be happy to demonstrate this again. Hopefully 3 times was enough.